Hi guys, we are in Andalusia, Spain right now for my retreat, and we have this amazing space that we've been doing Pilates in all week. So I thought it'd be a perfect time to do like a 15-20 minute class using a little squishy ball, and you can get these anywhere. Marshalls, you can order them online, but they're perfect for like a little support for the lower back, and you can use them as an extra prop to kind of push you a little bit farther, or you can use it behind the neck if we're doing ab work. So it's a perfect little tool to help you stabilize as well as maybe take you a little bit farther when you're doing your stretch and your reach out. So we're just going to start off using the ball, and we're just going to start with your legs out straight. All right, so we're just going to put the ball at the base of your back. So it should fit right between your sacrum, so your lower back and your tailbone, which you're sitting on. So start with your knees bent and just find that spot. It might move out a little bit as you move, just re-put it back in there if you need to. All right, so the harder way is to keep your arms out straight. Easier way is to put your hands, or if you want the modification, if you feel like you're not stabilizing enough in your core, is to put behind your thighs. So we're just gonna start with the roll down. So you only go back as far as you can use your core to bring you back up. And you wanna come back up tall over your sits bones. So you might lose the ball if you come up really high. And you can use your abs to lift. So make sure you're hollowing out the belly when you scoop, and you don't have to go far. Again, if you need to walk your heels in, that's fine. Maybe not so high, mine's rolling away today. And use those abs to lift. So again, you can keep your hands back here if it helps you get into your core and find that C curve of the spine. You should feel like your pelvis is like a wheel, so you're hollowing out the belly and tucking it underneath. So use that exhale to round back. Again, like I said, shoulder blades stay down. You want to keep your arms up. Just try to keep the shoulders away from your ears. All right, we're going to add rotation. So you're going to roll back and stabilize. Reach your arm away from you using your oblique. Come back to center and reset. And then you're going to go the opposite way. Rotation open, and bring you back up to lift up tall. So C curve, exhale into that rotation. Inhale to lift back up. Abs are in tight the whole time. You don't want to change in your pelvis. So everyone's going to have different range of motion depending on the flexibility of your spine, stabilization of your core, and the rotation of your waistline to open up and to lift back up. So it kind of sounds like we're in a church. Probably getting a little bit of echo. Hopefully not. Scoop to lift back up. So again, find the rotation. Exhale into the rotation. You might feel your abs shake a little bit. That's a good thing, just means you're stabilizing. And then one more time to the other side. All right, legs out straight. And we're just gonna roll down with the ball. So walk yourself up to have enough room on the mat to round yourself down. And then just find where you can get into neutral pelvis. So you want that 2-finger space between your mat and your back. You're gonna use the ball as a prop to reach you up. So left hand is going to come behind your head. Right arm has the ball. You're just coming up in the chest. So remember when you roll up that you don't tuck back into that lower back, because then your glutes fire and your abs turn off. You should be able to put a hot cup of coffee or a glass of wine, and you should be able to keep that 2-finger space the whole time. So you're curling to lift and lower. So deepen the belly. Use your exhale. Try to let your head fall heavy into your hands as you lift, and roll it back. So exhale to lift, and roll it back. One more. Good. You're going to take the ball across the knee, still holding your head. It's just a little lift and back. So the ball's going up over the knee and back. Exhale, reach, and resist. Lift and lower, over the knee, nothing from the hip down is moving, so it's coming again from your waistline. If you think of that last rib, reaching for your hip, you're shortening in that waist. One more. All right. Right arm comes out. You want to think of like sweeping the floor. So your arm is going to do this as you pull your waistline toward your hip. So you're going to rotate and reach, the ball comes towards the hip and back up. So you guys can see you're kind of reaching and bringing it back, but we're going to stay on that right side because that's where we started. Probably should have started on the left. Squeeze and pull. Exhale, find that rotation. So again, it's shortening of the waist, but the pelvis isn't moving. So that half of the coffee should be able to stabilize on there. One more. All right, now you're going to switch sides. So the right hand is going to hold your head. Left arm has the ball. Keep that left elbow out or right elbow out. As you curl up, you're closing down the abdominal wall. So again, make sure that you set into that core and into that pelvis so the tailbone is pushing to the floor the whole time as you curl. I know it burns, just keep moving, you've got it. If you feel like you're not stabilizing and you need to take a break, that's fine. Just stop what you're doing and you can pick up on the next exercise. Okay. One more. Cross it over the body. So you're still in that chest lift. You're just isolating the oblique a little bit more to lift you up into that exhale over. Reach it over. Okay. Last 4. You should feel those abs working really hard. Last 2. Exhale, lift. Inhale back. The last one. All right, left arm coming out. You're going into that reach and open. So again, like you're sweeping the floor, you're firing that left oblique to pull the ball around. Exhale, squeeze. 2 more. Reach. Open up. And last one. Awesome. All right, roll back. Just catch your breath for a second. We're going to go to roll-ups. So these are a little bit harder, more intermediate exercise. So long legs is going to give you more work. If you need a little modification, you can bend your knees and move through it that way. Sometimes using the ball allows you to get yourself up a little bit easier. You just want to watch the momentum of your arms. So as the ball comes to your shoulder, you want to scoop and hollow out the belly and reach over past those toes. So you can reach the ball away. You can kind of think of rolling it back down your body to come back into that extension. So you just don't want that jolt up. You're going to use your core to scoop. So if you think of a beach ball between your abs and your chest, you're going to go over that imaginary beach ball or reach the ball away, and then find that C curve to round yourself back. Inhale, scoop. Exhale. Full extension over. Find that C curve as you round back down. Okay, so again, if you need a modification, you can bend your knees. Start to curl up. Then take your legs out to get that stretch. Come back and stabilize. Bend your knees and wheel your pelvis under. If you feel like you still can't get to that point because you're using your back or your arms, just curl so you start to feel that upper abdominal lift. You off the floor. So right here is perfect. And lay back down and work up to that hill. So let's just do one more. And then just hang over those toes a little bit longer to get that stretch. And then you're going to tuck that down and all the way back. Okay. Put the ball between your knees and bring yourself back to that neutral pelvis. All right. So we're going to go into a shoulder bridge. So as you tuck your tailbone underneath you, you're going to push through your hamstrings to lift you up as high as you can. So you want to keep the shoulders open and reach your fingertips for your toes. Your knees should feel like they're going over your big toes too, so you should get a pull in the top of that thigh. We're just going to do a little abduction, abduction. So it's a squeeze of the ball and a little release. So you don't want to drop the ball, and you definitely don't want these glutes firing. You should feel a lot of inner thigh, outer hip. And you should feel like that transverse muscle or your pelvic floor is zipping up and kind of tucking up underneath your rib cage. Or if you think of laying on your bed and zipping up a pair of jeans that don't fit, you should get that feeling. All right, 2 more. All right, we're going to double time it. So in an inch, out an inch. Smaller range of motion, you should feel a lot more hamstring, inner thigh, and a lot more pelvic floor. 4, 3, 2, good. And 1. Rounding it all the way back to the mat. And we're going to take the ball, stick it behind your left knee. So put your foot to the mat to help you go into that bridge first, and then you're going to push the right leg so the left one can come up. You're going to hinge out as you tap your toe to push and reach. So it's staying at that 90 degrees the whole time so you don't drop the ball. And your pelvic floor and your hip flexor are dropping your toe. So if you have to scoot your right heel in closer to your bottom to help you lift up, that's fine. One more. And plant that left foot. Take the ball out. Put it in the right side. Stay lifted again on the shoulders. Left and right hip should be even across the pelvis. And you're going to hinge it out again. So right leg's doing the work now. Try not to drop down. So you got to really push to lift. 5, 4, 3, good. See, one more. Good. Plant that right foot, take out your ball, and then roll down with the control. All right, we're gonna take your legs out. And you're just gonna bring yourself up to sitting again. You wanna keep your feet hip width apart. So if you ground your hamstrings, and you want to sit on your sits bones, those are the knotty parts underneath your bottom, to help you stay really tall. So you just don't want to sink. You want to try to lift and think of a wall behind you. So if you think there's a wall, you can't lean back, and you can't sink into it, you got to work on getting your posture upright. All right, so the ball's always good for this one because it can help you reach a little bit farther than you probably would. So what you're going to do is drop your head. You can push the ball out past your feet. And you can use the ball to kind of round yourself back up and drag it back in. If it seems like it's a little bit too much coordination, just round it down and reach out. Keep your feet flexing so those hamstrings get that stretch and that release of the lower back. Scoop to lift. Ball stays out in front from your arms. So round it down. Reach it out. Scoop to grow really tall. Good, inhale. Exhale, you're gonna reach it out. Scoop to lift, and lengthen. Good. Long extension. Using those strong core muscles to lift you up, to grow out of that seat, to gain that posture. Breath helps you to restack and sit tall one more. Long extension now. Scoop, lift and grow tall. All right, we're gonna go into soft. So you're going to keep it in your left hand to start. The rotation comes from your waist, so you don't want to shift in your pelvis, so your feet should stay like you have a bar running through your ankles, and those heels are driving to the mat. So you open through the chest, kind of turn your back hand, reach over the toe, reset back here to center. Same when you rotate to the other side of the ball, it's going to reach past your baby toe to reset. So you just got to watch the dropping out of your feet or the bending of your knees. So again, it works on your posture. It works on that flexibility of that lower back and those hamstrings. It makes you have to reset to make your posture grow tall. So lift and back up. So inhale, exhale, hinge, scoop, and lift. Might get a couple pops. Scoop and lift up tall. Get a rotation. Exhale as you dive over. Try to reach a little bit farther each time you go. If you're tightening your hamstrings, this is going to be one that's going to be a challenge. You can use your hand to push. Just remember to keep everything from the bottom down. Stable. One more time to the right. Good. All right. Just shake it out. You can open up the hip if it feels better. And then we're going to take you back down to the mat. 2 more exercises. All right, so kind of like we started with those roll-ups, except this time your legs are gonna be at tabletop. So what you don't want is that your knees are past your hips because your tailbone has started to lift, move the ball, from the mat. You want that neutral pelvis again. So remember, tailbone stays to the mat and your knees come right over your hips. So if you thought of laying on the floor and you threw your legs over top of a table, kitchen table, you should have that 90 degree from ankle, knee, and hip. All right, so the 100 prep, you can break down also. So just like we did those roll-ups, your arms start over your head. You're gonna start to round up. You can lengthen the legs out if you want. Bend the knees, round it back with control. If you want the modification to just roll up and hold it here, if it feels like it's too much on the lower back to take the legs out, then just hold and round it back. So here's your breath pattern. Inhale to prepare, exhale to round up. long extension out, draw your knees in, round it back with control. So inhale, exhale into that extension, knees in, round it back. So again, focus on flattening the abdominal wall, lengthening the legs out, using your core to bring you up, to find that extension, to bring it in, and to round back with control. One more. Good. And bring it back. Good. All right, we're gonna drop your knees to the side to get that stretch. And then we're gonna switch sides to find that rotation, and if you're tight, through your back or your lower back, mid back, it should feel good. Okay, teasers is one of the harder exercises to do. I mean, people get really frustrated with this one, but sometimes the ball helps you, and again, you can modify it and break it down to get you to where you can build up to getting a full teaser. So, modification, again, it kind of stems from that roll up again, where you're gonna roll your body, and you can hold the ball with both hands, to bring yourself here, and hold your legs, drop your feet, round it back, and reach it out. If you want to work a little bit harder, legs stay at tabletop, roll up, find that balance on your tailbone, and stay at that 90. Or, if you want the full exercise, scoop to lift, lengthen the legs, reach the ball towards your feet, curl back into a ball, your knees stop over your hip bones. So inhale, scoop to lift, find that extension, throw it in, round it back. A lot harder exercise is to come to here, so don't feel like you have to do this pose. Again, breaking it down. Feet stay to the mat, or you go into this is perfect, where you lengthen your spine. Last one. Inhale to scoop, round and reach it up. Go where you find that balance. 3, 2, and 1, and roll it back. So again, release those abs. Find that rotation of the spine and the rib cage. And then, again, find that rotation. All right, bring yourself up. Always gonna grab the back of the knee to help you lift. And then we're just gonna come back to the center for a little stretch. So just place the ball wherever you feel comfortable. And we're just gonna roll your shoulders, just in case you got into that neck, and a couple of those exercises that we did. And then you're gonna roll forward for 3. So keep using your posture. Again, just breathe into it. All right, drop your right hand, big side stretch. Always like to do these stretches, especially we did a lot of ab work into the obliques and the rib cage and the waistline. Good, inhale. Exhale, reach it up and over. And just hold it. You should feel like your rib cage is elongating away from your body. And then back up. I hope you loved our ball class. Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you in the next video.